Hi everyone, I am Venkat from ConfigBee. This video is about AWS Amplify and how to implement feature flags in a quick way. So what we will be covering in this video is we will be deploying a full stack TypeScript based application into AWS Amplify, and we will be using ConfigBee's feature flags to unlock hidden functionalities from that application. So to give a background about AWS Amplify, it's a full stack cloud based development platform, and it basically makes building, deploying, scaling web applications or even mobile applications quick and easy. This is the repository what we will be using to explore Amplify today. So basically it has a front end and also back end code written already as a template. We will use this and try to deploy application into AWS Amplify. This is the home page of the AWS Amplify. I already logged into my AWS account here. Let me go to the Amplify service in AWS. So this is the Amplify service homepage. I'm just going to deploy an app here, clicking on deploy. So before starting this, we basically need to have the template copied to our personal GitHub account. So I have already copied it. You can basically go to ConfigBee's GitHub repository, and from there we can copy it. I'll show you how to copy it. So we can either use template option from here and just give whatever name we want. I just gave Amplify React Starter when I am copying. So because I have already copied, I am not doing it right now, and all we need to do is give that and create the repository. Next thing is in case if we want to use fork option, that is also fine. If we fork it to our own repository, that also works. Okay. In Amplify, we'll be just using the GitHub to connect this application. I'm just selecting the GitHub here, and so first time when we are doing this, it will ask for the permission to allow Amplify to access the repositories. Since I have already connected, it's not asking that. So once we give the permission, Amplify will be able to list the repositories from our personal account. And let's see, I'm just selecting this repository and just hit the next button, and all the default ones will work. There is no, like, we don't need to modify anything, and I'm just hitting save and deploy button. So now Amplify is deploying this application. It is deploying. Let's see. So to give some background about this repository, 2 days back I attended a workshop conducted by Amazon, and that is about Amplify. So we started with a starter template in AWS samples, and we added some additional functionality on top of that by adding some extra code. After that workshop, I added ConfigBee's feature flags into the same application. Now like what we can do is we can unlock the features using ConfigBee's feature flagging. Let's see if the deployment is completed. Deployment is still happening. Fine. So the deployment is completed now. All these backend resources are automatically provisioned by Amplify. Amplify automatically gives us a domain URL here. So once we hit the URL, we are already seeing the application. So it's basically a Todo application. Let me try to create an account here. Okay, this is the application. We can create a to do. Let's say I'll say task 1. and we can just create another task. Maybe I'll say it as new task. Okay, yeah. So this is about application. So for the deployment, it only took around 6 minutes. Okay, and that's all it took. It created all the resources including S3, DynamoDB, AppSync, Lambda functions, all things it needs, it just created on its own. So this is the basic application running, and now it has some hidden functionalities. So to unlock these hidden functionalities, we need to use a concept called feature flags. Feature flags is a software development technique where we'll be using boolean flags inside our application code, and using these boolean flags we'll be activating and deactivating a specific parts of the application code, so that whenever we need, we can activate and deactivate these features without redeploying the code. So consider we wanted to launch some new functionalities. What we can do is we can deploy the code, and then when we want release these features to the end users. Okay, fine. Now let me go back to the repository. Yeah, so here we have already deployed the application. Okay, deploy to AWS is done. Unlocking. To unlock, we need a ConfigBee account. Let me go to ConfigBee. I already have the account here, so I'm just logging in. I'm trying to create a new account here for this demo. It is just say Amplify demo. Amplify demo and project, because we are doing for Todo project. I'm just keeping Todo as the name, and I'm just leaving the environments as same. I'll just sign up for the account. Yeah, account got signed up, and now I automatically got 2 environments. Let me go to the staging environment. Yeah, now if I go to SDK integrations, I'll see this screen. Okay, yeah, these are the environment variables what we need to set in the Amplify application. Let me go to Amplify application. There is, yeah, it's in hosting and environment variables, manage environment variables. I can add the environment variables. I need 3 environment variables, so I'm just adding it 3 here directly. One is the account ID, next is the project ID, and environment ID. So the values I need to get it from ConfigBee. So this is ConfigBee, and so to navigate it properly, like basically now we are in projects. This is my Todo project. Inside Todo project, I'm going inside my staging environment. In staging environment, I'm going to SDK integrations. Here where I have all the integration configuration. So I can copy the account ID from here to here, and the other ones also, project ID and then environment ID. Yeah, so I'm saving the environment variables. Amplify does not automatically trigger the deployment as soon as I updated the environment variable, so I need to trigger the deployment here. So what I do is I just hit this button called redeploy this version, so that it will rebuild the application using newer environment variables. Okay, so to see whether our current application is connected with ConfigBee or not, what I can do is I can go to network tab. When I refresh, if it is already connected, it will get some information from ConfigBee. So it's not showing, that means it's not yet connected. Let's see. So anyway, deployment is happening, right? Once the deployment is done, I can see it connects to ConfigBee. Yeah, so deployment will take some time. So meanwhile, we can explore some code. This is the same repository. So here what we did is I just installed a library called ConfigBee-React. So yeah, this is the library. So this provides us React specific library to use with ConfigBee. Using this only, we have integrated our application to ConfigBee. So, and apart from that, what we have is in src, okay, we have some file called ConfigBee provider. This basically wraps all our components, all required components within the ConfigBee wrapper. So ConfigBee wrapper is required to access ConfigBee across the components. Okay, account ID, project ID and environment ID are basically sent to ConfigBee wrapper. Now this wrapper will be used in the main.tsx. Okay, so all we done is we just wrap the ConfigBee provider above other things, even before the authentication, so that it will be available throughout our application. Okay, so then, and in components, and this application have only one component called app component. So in app component we are actually using ConfigBee. So yeah, so we imported certain hooks from the ConfigBee. So CB status, CB flags, CB text, and also CB operations. So all those things we used inside the code. Okay, in template, if this is enabled, then only display some of the functionalities. That's what is the feature flag. Okay, now hopefully I think deployment should be done. Let's see if deployment is done. I'm just refreshing the page. Yeah, deployment is done. Okay, now since it is connected to ConfigBee, the hidden features can be unlocked using ConfigBee's feature flags. I'm on staging environment and I just adding a boolean flag. What boolean flag to add is also documented in the repositories readme. Let me go to that repository readme section. Yeah, so yeah, this is the key is very important, because if key is wrong, then it's not going to work. Let me add the key. Name can be anything what I like. Okay, done. By default, let me say it is false. Okay, so I'm enabling it now and publishing it. Once I published, if I just go back to our to-do app, it just displayed the new functionality. It is displaying an upload button, right? So this is the feature flag. If I want to disable it, just like that, I can go back to ConfigBee, disable it and publish. Okay, once I publish, it's automatically removed from this application. So I'm not doing any deployments, and also it is real time. I'm not even doing a refresh of the page. And this is not just works in the development phase. Actually, ConfigBee is a production grade integration, where even you have millions of users, it will still work. So all this real time stuff can be even done for production. Okay, I'm just enabling the feature again and publishing it. Yeah, see, it's immediately updated. And let's go to the document and see some other configuration. So we have something called success message, and success message is actually pointing to this text. Okay, so by default there is some text. If I want to customize, what I can do is I'm just adding another option. Okay, success message, and by default I wanted to keep success message as welcome. Let's say welcome. create, and yeah, now if I go here, see it's already updated. So what I can do is I can customize the message whenever I need. Okay, welcome to Amplify. And the moment I press publish button, it's updated here. Yeah, that is about real-time configuration updates and feature flags. Yeah, so I can even add other functionalities. So let me just add these two functionalities. Let's enable everything right now. Boolean flag, storage enabled, storage enabled. Now I just wanted to activate it right now. Even default value itself is true. Done. And there is a functionality for deletion, delete to do. Okay, let me add that here. So okay, deletion also I'll add it. Let's make it by default true. Done. Now see there is a storage manager. You can keep on uploading some files here, and also there is a delete functionality. Let's say we wanted to disable the storage and upload functionality, we can do that. Yeah, see, delete functionality is available, but storage and other things are gone. Yeah, this is about feature flags. Okay, so we have seen how feature flagging works with the simple application, and in reality whatever we have done is at the environment level. That means you are activating a feature, it's getting activated, but the real use cases and real power comes when you are able to do this at different dimensions, what we say. That means what you can do with ConfigBee or even other feature flagging systems is you can activate and deactivate based on the context. That means you can activate a feature only for a specific set of customers. You can activate a feature only for a specific region. Okay, even that without redeploying any of the application. When you are developing the application, you don't know where and when you need to activate it, and we don't want to keep on redeploying our application, keep on writing the code for that. So what we can do is we can use same ConfigBee to target features for a specific users. It's called targeting. Let me show how that can be done. So yeah, I'm going back. Yeah, there is some section called targeting. Okay, so I need to create something called a target group here, and I'm just creating something called users as the target group, pinpoint target group. And for to do project, let me select all environments, and yeah, all flags. So the important thing here is identity field. How do you identify this specific context? So because we wanted to do it per user basis, user ID is the identity field. Okay, and we need to exactly match what we are passing in the SDK and what we are giving here. Next thing is the informative fields. These are additional fields for the user. These are, we are just passing username. Yeah, username here, and yeah, I'm creating the group here. Yeah, and also I'm activating the group. Okay, so yeah, once the user is logged in, that context information sent to ConfigBee. We can see it in ConfigBee platform. Okay, so yeah, this is the context. It is showing some user ID. This is coming from Cognito, and it is showing the email ID also as a username. So what I can do is I can even search for the specific context using the additional fields also. Okay, yeah. So now I'm going inside the specific user and changing the message. welcome Venkat. Yeah, and I publish it. Now this message customization is only for this user. Now if you see here, welcome Venkat issuing, and let's say if I'm just trying to log in with another user, I'm just creating another user. Let me yeah. So yeah, so if you see here, when demo 2 logged in, it is showing welcome to Amplify, and when we log in with demo account, the first account what we have created, it is showing Venkat. So now we can even enable disable features specific to certain users. For example, let's consider demo is our beta customer. What I can do is I come here and activate. So it's by default. Let's say I activate upload functionality for this customer. Publish. See the upload functionality available here. But if the second user logged in, yeah, for second user the upload functionality is not there. So now we come to the end of the video. So what we have done in this video is we deployed a full stack TypeScript based application to AWS Amplify. We have seen how it automatically created the required resources, and we used ConfigBee's feature flags to unlock the features. Yeah, that's the thing. And thank you everyone, and I thank AWS Chennai team, and that's the inspiration what I had to create this video. So yeah, thank you.